You have to breathe through your heart. And once you're in that space, you're in a completely different space. You're in a space that can heal anything. Dolores Cannon from the Convoluted Universe. This is Mary's story.
Well, my journey started in 2013 when my husband Graham passed away. He'd had terminal bowel cancer for 3 years prior to that. And I'd also had about 3 other family members that had died around that time too. So I wasn't coping very well. So I ended up going on antidepressants. I didn't know at that time, but that's probably not a good thing to do. It helps you to function. It was necessary to function. But I ended up being on them for about 4 years. But effectively what it did was I didn't have to deal with any of the emotions. I didn't have to deal with the situation. So roll forward 4 years, 2017, I ended up being diagnosed with bowel cancer.
Wow.
Coincidence? So ended up having months of radiation, operation and chemotherapy. And funny enough, when I was having radiation, you don't talk to a lot of people because you're sitting there and you're pretty down and, you know, worried about what they're going to do. You know, because all of a sudden I was going through all those doors that Graham went through. I'd just go to the waiting area and he'd go through. Now I was going through all those doors. But I talked to a couple of women that were there, and they both, 2 women, had the same cancers as their husband had. And I thought, oh, this is a little bit freaky. Coincidence? Okay. Yeah, had the operation, had the radiation, had the operation. Chemotherapy was just the pits. And that's when I thought, oh, look, I just want to check out. I wanted to leave, you know, didn't want to live because it was so bad. You ever read Soul Speak? You can guess what happened next. Guess what happened next? 1 year later, I got lung cancer. Okay. It had travelled from my bowel to my lung. Okay. So ended up having not 1 but 2 operations for my lung because I didn't get enough the first time. And after that, I thought, okay, so it's been my bowel, it's been in my lung, where else is it going? I've got to do something myself here. So I started looking at alternative methods of healing. And I found a spiritual event that was going on close by. And I thought, okay, out of hope and curiosity, I thought I'll just go and check it out. I went there, and one of the participants, I didn't say anything about my history or my cancer or anything. One of the participants happened to be a Reiki master, came up to me and said, I've been told by my guides to offer you a free session. And I thought, okie dokie, it's free, why not? Let's try this. I tell you, amazing, amazing. He raised my vibrations, eh? After that, I mean, I'm always on the internet looking at things, but after that, I saw Gaia TV, I saw Soul Speak, I saw Dolores Cannon's videos, QHHT. I thought, wow, what's happening here? And I just, you know, felt really vibrant. And then I had, on reading that Soul Speak book, I had my oh my God moment. Bowel cancer, what does it say in here? Oh, and I thought I marked it. It's all about holding it all in, okay? Because this talks about what your body's telling you, the pain, you know, what is the pain telling us? And what's bowel cancer? Well, you're holding it all in. Okay, I was on antidepressants for 4 years, not dealing with my emotions, holding them all in. You don't deal with, you're knocking on the door trying to tell me to deal with the situation, and I didn't, okay? Bowel cancer, fine. And then I looked up lung cancer. And lung cancer. There's no life in your life. You are trying to do not want to live. I thought, jeez, okay. This is that, you know. Hey, okay, they're trying to tell me something here. So I had a look up and found a person that did QHHT in my area. So I went in and had a session, and amongst other things, had healing. Okay, I left there knowing that I was healed, that I didn't have cancer anymore. Totally believed that. So much so that I went off my antidepressants. I tried that. I weaned off slowly. I don't just stop them. But I tried that a couple of times during the 4 years, and something happened and I had to go straight back on them again. This time, no, I knew without a doubt that I was healed, hey. And also then I thought, right, that was an amazing session. I thought, right, I'm going to do QHHT. So I did the online level 1, and then I went to go on the companion course, and of course there wasn't enough people, so I got pushed on to level 2 where I met you, Lisa. And that was amazing in itself. Yeah. So that in a nutshell, that's my I don't think I've left anything out. That's my story. It's just the coincidences and the book and everything was just like, wow, wow. Yeah.
And it's so interesting to me that you went for one Reiki session and all of a sudden your reality changed and you started seeing things that you hadn't seen previously. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. That was amazing, eh? I thought, well, look at all this information out there. And I'd been looking for things prior to that, yeah. But yeah, just a lot of coincidences. And it's like, really, you know, I said to the doctor too, I talked to them about, you know, having the same cancer as my partner and the other 2 women. One was stomach cancer and the other one was a blood cancer. And they says, oh no, it's just coincidence. So really? Really? The mind is such a powerful thing, eh? So powerful. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think they're all favourites in one way or another, but I took some notes of, oh no, I had, mother came that she was, not my mother, a mother, and she was really worried about her daughter. She'd, her session alone was just amazing. She went into, yeah, that's another story. But she was worried about her daughter because, I mean, she used to do dancing, play netball and everything, and all of a sudden she got a sore leg. And this leg ended up being that she was in a wheelchair in the end. She couldn't walk. She was in so much agony. She went to Starship Hospital, which is the children's hospital. The doctors didn't even know what was wrong with her, and her mother had organised, she thought she'd try this, I think it's called the Lightning Program. It's NLP, Neuralistic big word programming. And we asked during the session if this would help her, and this is definitely, this is why she's had this happen to her, so that she could have this reprogramming done, and it will help her immensely in the future. So it's like, woo. And yes, today, yep, she does Scottish dancing. She does, what else is it? Oh, yeah, the dancing and the netball, and she's running around. And this course is only 3 days. She was walking in 3 days. That's fantastic, eh? Yeah. But they said during the session that this is what was going to happen. Also, we've had ones where eczema's been cured, oils put on, and we've got the glands going. Person came in with a sore hip and was limping and wasn't limping when they left. You know, different body things. That's quite a normal thing, isn't it? Or a hernia resolved, or the doctor confirmed that one. It's just crazy. Yeah. And a lovely one where unfortunately this guy's wife had a stillborn and wanted to, you know, and that was one of the reasons why he came along, you know, why, and yeah,
to find out why.
Yeah, well, why wasn't ready, wasn't the time, but was told during the session that she will get pregnant again and it will be a healthy girl. And here I was during Christmas, was due during Christmas, thinking, shall I contact him or not? What if it isn't? What if, you know, you start doubting yourself because they're telling us this, it's not us. And of course, yeah, healthy baby girl. So, of course, why did I doubt that? Of course it is. But, you know, because he was a friend of the family, so I thought, oh, that's close to home. But yeah, it's all, you know, yeah. And some of them, you just can't make that stuff up. That, you know, when you think back to the past, if you've got any emotions, strong emotions there, then that's something that hasn't been resolved. And just to sit down and to look at it, especially like if you don't like someone or they did something to you, look at it and see, what did you learn from it? Because that's the whole thing, is the learnings. What did you learn about this? And flip it over and look at it from a different perspective. And it's like, okay, yeah. And then you don't feel that anger or horror, you don't feel bad about it then. You've changed it into a learning. Yeah. Isn't it funny, eh? Because when I came back from Byron Bay, man, I was buzzing. And I had one manager at work say to me, I don't even know. I said I went to Byron Bay, and he chatted, and I said I went on a Hoodoo Guru course, and he says, have you seen this? And he showed me we ended up giving me a download to one of the spiritual books. I can't remember the name of it now, where they, go off to the other side and find out things about themselves and that. And I thought, I've got somebody at work. People are too scared to talk about these things. They try to shrink themselves, and, or they might think they're a little bit, but it's your belief. And there's so many people out there that believe now that are waking up. Hey, not coming back either. It's gone. People say to me, so you're in, what's that word?
Remission.
Remission. Oh, yeah. And I say, no, I'm not in remission. My cancer's gone. Remission? What are you talking about? It's gone. It's not coming back. It can't, because I'm too happy and too well in myself, in my body. It's just not going to happen. I know that totally. So there you go.